Actress Sowmya, a popular star in the 90s who has acted in one Tamil film and three Malayalam films, which all became hits then, has now alleged that 30 years ago, a Tamil film director whose wife is an actor had groomed her to be a sex slave then. He also, she says, sexually assaulted her. Although she moved later to the Malayalam film industry, she says the sexual abuse there continued. The actor now is a practicing counselor in the United States and she's still not ready to name her perpetrators even after the Hema committee report in neighbouring Kerala. One of her Mollywood stars, or co-stars, she says, has now been named in the Hema committee report as well. Sowmya's real name is Sujata. Now she's Dr. Sujata. And now she's, however, willing to give the names in confidence to the special investigation team if she decides to give them a written complaint.
I was a teenager who was rebellious at home, not listening because I was talking back and my parents were angry, and suddenly this couple were all very nice and bribing me with good food and milkshakes every day and telling me good things. So gradually that was the grooming process. He knew fully well what he was doing. I had never had any romantic connection with any boy before. I had been in a girls' school and I had just started in a co-ed college. And so for me, younger people, boys of my age, I could ward off any unwanted advances. This man, when his wife wasn't around one fine day, while calling me his daughter, one fine day, he made an advance. He kissed me, told me he loved me, and I completely froze. I've gone blank about that night. I couldn't tell anybody. I was so desperate to tell my friends, but I couldn't. I was ashamed. I thought something was wrong with what I had done, the way I had behaved. And I thought I was obligated to be nice to this man. And I didn't want to get out and make a big scene that would cause harm to my family. So I continued going for my practices, for my dance rehearsals, and they were teaching me how to speak the dialect and everything. So every day I went back, and gradually this man took it step by step by step, and he took advantage. He completely used my body to his advantage. He at some point also forced himself on me through intercourse when I pushed him away. So he raped me after a point. So this went on for several months, Sam, close to a year, while I was still a student in college. At one time, he inserted a metal rod into me. This was a rod he kept in his house to attack any intruder. And he told me that he used to keep it under his pillow. He used it, but I don't want you to compare me with Nirbhaya because she died a horrific death. This man did it for his entertainment. I was a toy and he used a metal toy on me, knowing fully well I wouldn't say no, sir, because I'm not used to saying no to any authority figure. I'm used to saying no to peers, but no man who is 40 years old almost, and I'm 18 years old. So I would sex slave as in I'm the puppet. You are free to do whatever you want, knowing fully well this puppet is not going to speak because she is isolated by him from everybody, her own family and her own friends and college activities.
Just to clarify, so there was no sexual exploitation or violation during your acting in Malayalam films?
If you don't call grabbing a woman and hugging her, if that's not a sexual or exploitation or violation, then yes, there wasn't. But I believe there was. That was. And all of this is sexual in nature because of my sex, because of my gender. Everything happened because women are objects, have been objects. They would not do these things to men because they would be afraid of men. So it is all sexual in nature because I am of the females. Finally, when it came to the shot and when I told the director, my father is not happy with this and I'm uncomfortable being off shoulder on camera. Can we cover up? Can we put my hair? He said, don't worry, get into the water. I will tell the cameraman to cut it from your neck. And he loudly told the cameraman in front of me, only till here. I didn't know camera angles. I went into the water, listened to what they said. They said, pull your head out. I did that. And then finally, when I watched the screening, because I don't get to see anything during the making of the film, because it was back then in 90. After everything, I see the screening, my entire shoulder is on the full screen for my family to see. That was humiliating because I trusted this man. So if this is not sexual violence, then what is it, Sam? And we start redefining what consent is. In that moment, can a child say, no, don't touch me? It is not as easy in that moment. It's not even easy for decades after that, Sam. What is consent? For 20 years, if I believe I am the problem, I live in shame, I shouldn't have done it. I had an affair with a married man. I had a relationship with a married man. This is what I believed. So where is the question of consent? How are you going to give consent to a man who controls you and treats you as his puppet?